nigga, kiss the death, friend, protect your neck. Shame on the three boys in the Cadillac, grave digger. Money over my headstone. Here lies young getting paid, but never take a loss on my headstone. Only take a when I'm dead. I'm gang 3 times on my headstone. Been from the cradle to the grave. Now your favorite rapper name on a headstone. Too late.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it is our extreme privilege to be on hand for the Super Bowl. And I can't help but look down on this field, partner, and think about the history of this game and all the great players, all the great teams that have stood on the field for this moment. So special.
This game is so historic that while we call it the Super Bowl now, that wasn't even the name of the first couple. It's the AFL, NFL World Championship. Where we are today.
And with the whole world watching, at the end of this game, at the end of tonight, one of these two sides, they get to etch their name in NFL immortality.
No doubt about it. They hold up the ultimate symbol of victory in this league, the Lombardi Trophy.
Now a play fake here on first down. And right away, he lost the football. But I think Brown was able to recover, and they'll indeed hold on to the ball here.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. And this,
he can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Matt Ioannidis with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Wide open receiver, complete. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, Johnson. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down. Here on first down. Underneath for Johnson. Oh, and now he bowls him over. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone?
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Detroit!
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. This is caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Justin Tucker for the extra point. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Ready? Line 80! Liz.
On 1st down, it's Smith. Throw left side complete. That's Richardson. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
3 down. Hey, back up.
Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, Smith. Jordan Reed has it. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of Central Casting, frankly.
Absolutely. I mean, size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 32-yard line.
Hey, 4 down. Ready? Line 80! Hey, back up. Let's go, yellow.
Now a 1st down throw. It's Smith. And this one complete to Reed. Stops short of the 25, but that 2nd effort got him a couple extra. A gain of 6 there on 1st. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Orange.
Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 4 to start things out.
Let's go, 15. 12. Rip. Yellow.
On the handoff, it's Geis. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis, 26 yards. And the Redskins are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. A beautiful spin and room to run. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. As his guys are in for 6. And the Browns are able to cash in for 6.
And as we've talked to special teams coaches, that theme of being aggressive continues to come through, doesn't it? When they moved the kickoff back to the 35, it was going to cut down on the number of opportunities. But if you've got a special guy, you give him the green light no matter where he fields in the end zone. And in this case, it paid off handsomely.
He fielded it deep in the range of emotions. Maybe like, oh, no, don't. And then all of a sudden you see him break it, and you're like, yeah, way to go.
Yeah, sometimes you have to remind your head coach that he approved the green light for bringing it out from deep in the end zone, and that's exactly why he did.
Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And the drive begins with a run by Geis. Emmanuel Ogbah there on the stop.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Hey, you got 3. Right to that. Watch number 29.
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. Oh, he's got some breathing room. A big play there out of Geis. 46 yards on the ground. A wet track like this, I don't know if it helps anybody, but it probably helps the offensive player running the ball more than the defense.
And while they're doing that, there's also the matter of focus. Not letting the elements get in the way of still doing everything you're supposed to do. Although you do think to yourself, I've got to hold it a little bit tighter and be more careful with my footing.
He was careful, got a big run out of it. And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
It's Geis on the counter, and that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Thompson, and he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
12. Hey, back up.
They'll try the air now with Smith. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Myles Garrett in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
15. Hey, back up. You got 3. 5. You got 50. Hey, 52. 52.
3rd and long. It's Smith. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And his kick here is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try to cut down the length of the drive.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back on Super Bowl Sunday after this. Mayfield now on 2nd down. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Check, Patriot!
The first down carry here for Johnson. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Mayfield now from the 50. Being chased out left. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Detroit!
From the gun, Mayfield. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Chambers. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
So out now come the Redskins. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Richardson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Hey, back up. Liz.
On 1st and 10, Smith. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Emmanuel Ogbah. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long.
Hey, gun. 5. You got me.
A shotgun snap for Smith. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. From the gun, here's Smith. Now he's forced out left. It's brought in by Dodson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So we've reached halftime here in the 2020 Super Bowl, Super Bowl 54. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. The never tedious halftime show behind us, and now it's back to football as we get going again in Super Bowl 54. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground. Geis again. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a 3rd and about 9 to go.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
We got 3 down.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. This one caught by Crowder. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a 1st down.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a entire breakdown on what the coverage was. Everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
Denzel Ward, the number 4 pick in the 2018 draft, making the tackle from his corner spot.
15, yeah. 3 down. Set. Line, 80. Liz. Let's go. 15.
Here's Smith now on 2nd down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. His 2nd catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a 1st down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
To throw is Smith. They'll go over the middle of the read. incomplete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. From the red zone now, Smith. And that is caught by the tight end Reed. Touchdown, Washington. Jordan Reed, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Redskins are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And he just did get those feet in there on the side of the end zone. Well done.
Probably the exact size foot necessary, because I think if he had another half size, that catch doesn't count. And he's able to get it in, and it counts for a touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will level the playing field at 17 all. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third. Quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now a second down throw for Mayfield. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Lucky 56.
Mayfield on play action. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down.
Detroit! Gun!
They're indeed going. It's Mayfield. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. He cannot wiggle free. They stop him at the line on 4th down. So, Charles, talk about a play that could prove pivotal. And I mean pivotal. That decision right there could be really costly.
Without a doubt. You talk about taking a chance there and deciding you're going to go all in, as they like to say. That's exactly what that one was, and it didn't pay off.
Yeah, inside their own territory, game tied this stage of the contest. Boy.
Hey, back up.
On 1st down, this is Geis. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Liz. I said, Lady. Tiger. Rip Liz.
On first down, Smith going for it all. And he's got his man. That's Crowder for the Redskins touchdown. Jamison Crowder, 26 yards. And the Redskins are going to take the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. Spinning away, and he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 26. Mayfield on first down. Dancing to his left. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the fourth. Second down, Mayfield. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
35.
They'll hand it down to Geis, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Vontaze Burfict, the one to get him down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
To throw on second down is Smith. Over the middle, complete. That's Richardson. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. That's good for a Redskin first down. Richardson on the reception from Smith.
They don't want it, fellas. 12. All right. Yellow. Double. Check. Watch 54. Watch.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 15 he goes. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
I'd have to say that was a pretty darn good run right there. They had 8 in the box, still able to burn them. They've got to consider themselves lucky they only gave up a first down and not a touchdown.
Hey, back up.
On the ground, Geis. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. Darius Geis, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. The extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Mayfield looks to throw. Got a man on the right sideline. It's Chambers. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Give him 30 yards there. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Swearinger. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Hey, boys, we got 4 down. Dead. Wide 80. He's checking. Hey, back up.
They start on the ground with Geis. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Yeah, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. On 2nd down, here's Smith. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Hey, stand! Wide 80! Hey, back up. Liz. You guys go 52. Show it up.
3rd down, here's Geis. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the 1st down. Close it out.
Hey, slot. Hey, back up.
Liz. They snap it to Smith. Ducks into the grab over the middle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. Time for a break. We're back to crown a champion after this. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Alert 3.
Now a run with Geis, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps for these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
Here's Geis. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
Watch twist.
They'll run with Thompson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
And the kings of the Super Bowl are the Washington Redskins. They win it, and they will get the Lombardi Trophy. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs. You see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them. A fantastic season.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. What a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.